Deep breath.
Yeah,
Angela, thank you so much for inviting me to do this today.
I'm delighted to have
Uh,
you here.
I know you have, I've heard that you do great healing work,
Oh,
and this is very healing for me to get to be here with all of you today. So thank you for extending that.
Well, I'd just
part
like
of
to
my
say,
healing work.
What's that?
Part of my healing work.
Yeah, indeed it is. And I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. This is the beautiful, it's decaf. This is the beauty of being able to be at home and share.
That's right.
it looks like we're just moving up on time, so I'd like to say just a few words about Thea.
Yeah.
That you've been performing for, I guess, about 20 years. Is that right?
Let's see, it's been more like 40.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I don't admit.
I've been with my husband as a duo for a little over 20 years.
Uh-huh. All
Yeah.
right. 40 years is quite a good long time to be playing and singing. And I know that your music inspires and speaks across generations into our hearts and to the beloved. So we're just so happy to have you here today. Welcome. I guess you're in Asheville right now.
Yes, I'm in Asheville. It's beautiful, bright and sunny. You can see because I even have the blinds closed behind me and it's still, the sun is coming in. So
Yes, I've got the same thing in North Carolina. So we're just
great.
all over the place, India, everywhere, and happy to have you here
How
today.
exciting. I love performing to an international audience. I was fortunate to do that before on a platform called Second Life, if you know what that is. But this is even though this is 2D, this is still real life. So I'm glad to be here. And Ruth, thank you for hosting this.
It is my honor and pleasure. Thank you. Glad
Yeah.
you're here today.
Well, I'm going to start out with this song and then we'll see where it goes from here. And most of the songs, in fact, all of them, but two that I'll be playing for you this hour are all my original songs. Heard a calling in my heart. Now I don't know the places from which to make a start. At the end, the beginning, it's all the same. And when you take somebody's hand and call them by their name, you will see that it's me. In this dream we dream of peace and unity. Keep it sacred, keep it whole. Don't ignore the calling of your heart and soul. Life's a journey consciously. And if we keep it sacred, then we wake up in the dream. Heard a calling in my soul. Now I don't know the reason why we travel down this road, but I know the answer is mine to hold. And out of the darkness, the meaning will unfold for you. For me, for this this dream we dream of peace and unity. Keep it sacred, keep it whole. Don't ignore the calling of your heart and soul. Life's a vision, consciously. And if we keep it sacred, then we wake up in the dream. 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 I gotta do a quick little retune. My guitar is very considerate. It turns itself off when I'm tuning, so you don't have to listen to me tune. Let's just make sure we got it, though. I think so. Thank you. So this next song, I was very fortunate last year to have finished recording a new CD with Phil. And when I was in the studio and I had brought him all of these songs to listen to so we could do a song selection. And he heard this song. This is a song that I wrote actually a long time ago, and it had just sat. Its time hadn't come. So I think it was a little prophetic because he said, "This is a Baba song." And I went, well, that's why it never got recorded until now. So this is called Ancient Eyes. When I look into your ancient eyes, there is so much to see. A lifetime of joy and pain, reflecting back at me. Ancient eyes, I ask of thee, In time is wisdom given. All our lives in search of love. Is it to this we're driven? Ancient eyes, I say to thee, of the secrets that you hold, there's only one, yes, only one, I really need to know. The childlike clearness is amazing. As you draw near the source, blue-gray clouds and skies unending. Through this life just passing. Ancient eyes, I beg of thee, for surely you have seen a love that lies within us all and frees our hearts to dream of the secrets that you hold. There's only one, yes, only one, I really need to know of the secrets that you hold. There's only one, yes, only one, I really need to know. Thank you. Yeah. So Jai Baba. All right, I got to tune one more time. It'll be the last time. I promise that I'll be tuning this particular set. So let me get back to normal here. I love those open tunings, but it does provide this challenge.
Tune as much as you need.
Thank you. All right, I think we got it. Yeah, almost. Guitars are very sensitive creatures. All right, thank you for that. All right, since we're on the subject of eyes, so I learned about Meher Baba, oh gosh, a very, very long time ago. I think over 40 years now. And but I became a follower of Prem Rawat and did that one. He was known as Guru Maharaji back in the day. So I did that one for a lot of years and knew people who were Baba lovers. And one of those people was that I met in Tucson, and that's Carl Moeller, and that is who introduced me to Phil after I had moved to Asheville, after Phil had moved to Asheville, and after he had moved to Asheville. So after Carl had moved to Asheville. And so in the process of doing the CD with Phil, he kept sharing with me about Baba, and it was just, there were a couple of times where, in particular, he played me a Adrian Shamazad's song, and I just broke down and cried in the studio. I went, I opened my heart so wide. And, one thing led to another. We got to be friends and with Phil, and he would come over, and he gifted me with this beautiful picture of Baba that's behind me. So it's been here, and I have kept fresh flowers by it, and it has been working me, so to speak. And every time I look into those eyes, it's like that compassion is what I see as just this incredible, well, I don't know how you describe that, but anyway, this song came out of that, of just looking at that picture and looking into his eyes. So we're on the subject of eyes. So this is a fairly new song, and we'll see how this goes, but it's called Your Eyes, and it's dedicated to Baba. Your eyes see me for who I am. Your eyes know me. You understand a soul who has been searching for a place to land, and in the sanctity of silence, your eyes are all I see. If I were to close my eyes and find my way by feel, this tattered, shattered heart of mine to your sweet love would yield. If I were to close my ears to all the hurt and fear, your silent voice inside my heart is all that I would hear. Your eyes see me for who I am. All right, this next song. So I met Carl, oh my gosh, it's probably been 30 years ago now in Tucson, at least. And we played in a band together. And every time he would hear this song, and a lot of these songs are on my records, and if you want to check them out, they're on my website, which is thiaandthegreenman.com. But he heard this song, and we played it together, and back in the day, he was going to the Meher Baba Center every year. He'd take off and he'd go to the Baba Center. So, I kept hearing about it. And he loved this song. He said, "That's a Baba song." And so anyway, so now it's kind of fun to play it, after all these years and to see it through that lens. But so speaking of the Baba Center in Myrtle Beach, my husband and I were supposed to go a year ago, before COVID hit, and we had reservations. And Angela, had invited. I was going to do this concert then, only with my husband. So I'm kind of missing my other half today, but which is beautiful when you get to hear us together, his voice and guitar work. But I'm missing him today. But we were supposed to go and do this concert a year ago. Right? And he got in a car accident. It was not good. And we had to cancel. And then we thought he was going to get better and we could reschedule for the spring, and then COVID hit. So this is it. This is a year later, and here we are, only now we're in virtual reality. So anyway, I want to do this song that Carl always loved and said reminded him. He said, "This is just a Baba song." So I was like, okay, let's do this one. It's the unspoken promise of love that keeps me running down this road to a place where we just might find we've been looking for each other all the time. And you are my constant companion, like the river running in the canyon. Not many people could do what you've done. Ever since I met you, I knew you were the one. And I could never, never take you for granted, 'cause you are my constant companion. You and I and the stars up in the sky. You are my constant companion. When the day is through, I'll turn my heart to you, and the music that we make together will go on and on forever, like the river running in the canyon. You are my constant companion. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. I love the virtual clapping. Yes. Mm. I find it really interesting how, our lives are on this kind of frequency, and we find our way to each other and we find our way to, exactly what it is that we need when we need it. And this is kind of another example of a song that I wrote a lot of years back, not knowing that it would be something that I get to sing and give up to Baba now. All the stories, all the love that we share, all the times I felt alone down there in the night, all through the day, in the darkness, to you I pray as I fall on my knees, giving thanks for everything, for all you've given me. I fall on my knees. In the distance, there's light in the air and a silence I hold with care. Pull it in where we're all the same. In the light, I call your name as I fall on my knees, giving thanks for everything, for all you've given me. I fall on my knees. In the darkness, to you I pray. I fall on my knees. In the silence, to you I pray. This next song is certainly, so this is, I think the first one I'm doing that's not one of my songs, and it has certainly stood the test of time, and I'm sure you'll recognize it. The words I have to say are very simple, but they're true. May you give your love. There's nothing more that we can do. Love is the opening door is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? You say it's very hard to leave behind the life we knew, but there's no other way, and so it's really up to you. Love is the key we must turn. Truth is the flame we must burn. Freedom, the lesson we must learn. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Do you know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, nice, Angela. I like your backdrop.
I just wanted to mention there are over 20 people listening. Lots of people have kind of gone to eat breakfast or because of Artie. So we're here with you. Just know that.
I feel you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel you. Yeah, and I know there'll be others, listening back later too. So, whatever gets shared into that, that space, where we all get to kind of access the field. It's all in the field. I'm just getting to put it into the field, and I know it touches whoever and wherever it needs to touch. All right, so this is another one of my songs. So, I'm really just learning about Baba, and this is very new for me. And one of the concepts that I'm really interested in is this concept of the sanskars. And I've just read a couple of little books that Phil has given me. I haven't gotten to the discourses yet, but when I think about some of the things that have happened in my life and in my family that I'm getting to let go of, it's I think it fits in there somewhere. And this is one of those songs where I had a very troubled relationship with my family. It's probably, maybe not all of us, but some of us certainly did. And this is kind of my healing song to my family. I have a daughter, she is a mother, she loves her daughter with unconditional love. And I have a mother, and she has a daughter, and I am another soul looking for love. And I have a lover, and he is a father, and he has a son of unconditional love. And I have a father, and he had a brother, the son of a father, still looking for love. When we find the reason why we love, we're all in this together. We'll find peace, harmony when we're living from the heart. I have a sister, she is a mother, and she loves her daughter with unconditional love. And I have a mother, and she had a mother, oh holy mother of us all. We have all descended from a perfect family. And we're all connected on an endless moving sea. When we find the reason why we love, we're all in this together. We'll find peace, harmony when we're living from the heart. We'll find peace, harmony when we're living from the heart, when we're living in unconditional love. It's your beautiful faces. You're that pretty kitty. Oh my. I know one of the things I love going over to Phil's house is all the beautiful art he has. One of the things that's really kind of blown me away about Bob is how much beautiful art has been created, as a result of his love and inspiration. And Phil's got a great collection, and a lot of it is, Bob and the animals. And so it's kind of fun to see the cat. And this is the first time in my life that I haven't had any animals. My dad owned a zoo when I was growing up, so I was around a lot of animals. And I've always had cats and dogs, and when my husband met me, I think I had 3 dogs, and I was raising wolves. I bred and raised wolf hybrids. So when my husband met me, I had 2 wolves, a dog, 2 cats, a giant day gecko. They're beautiful if you've ever seen them. And what was the other thing that I had? Giant day gecko. And anyway, that was enough. They said, "You love me, love my animals," and he did. So, but now I don't have any. All the animals died, and the kids grew up, and left home, and have now I have big grandkids, and we decided we wanted to travel. So I have no animals, but it's fun to get to see and be with other people's animals. So I'm glad the kitty's joining us today.
Well,
What's that?
this is Mary of Peter, Paul, and Mary. I have 3 cats, 2 boys and a
Perfect.
girl, and they were named Peter, Paul, and Mary. So, of course, Mary's in here listening to everything you sing.
Well, that just gives me goosebumps because, I loved Peter, Paul, and Mary. Obviously, you love music if you named your cat Mary after Peter, Paul, and Mary. And I did once upon a time have the great honor of being able to be on stage with Peter Yarrow and sing Puff the Magic Dragon. It was like a childhood dream come true. And what a gracious man he is. And so, Mary, I'm glad you told me the cat's name. Perfect. And of course, Mary Travers. I have my long white hair, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be like her. Okay, let's see, what do we got next? Oh yeah, and there's this old Indian saying, that Native American Indian saying, that it is better to have a friend that has a horse than to have a horse. So I hope you got that. Horses are a lot of work. You have a friend that has a horse, and you can go hang out with the horse, and you don't have to feed it, you don't have to groom it, you don't have to shoe it, you don't have to. So that's my mantra now. It's like, it's good to have a friend that has a cat. It's like grandchildren, right? It's like other people's kids. You don't have to take them home. You don't have to change their diaper. You just get to enjoy them when you're there. All right. I wish you could smell this coffee that I'm drinking, because I just came back from New Mexico, and it's the Pinion coffee that I only get on those rare occasions when I go out there, and I brought a little bit back with me, and it's just smelling so nice right now. And speaking of New Mexico, so this is the only other song that I'm doing in my set that I didn't write, and it was written by a friend of mine in New Mexico, and that was one of the people I went out to see. She's a fabulous singer-songwriter. Her name is Jenny Bird, and I encourage you to check out her music. She's got like 17 CDs, but she's got one of her albums called Mystical Muse. It's just spiritually beautiful, and she's just an amazing singer-songwriter. So I go out there to do a gig with her about once a year. That's why I get my Pinion coffee. But anyway, this is one of her songs. I wanted to do one of her songs for you. Oh, we're so brave to get up every day and face a world full of fear and pain. I admire the hearts that beat on through the darkest night that the soul goes to. It's in the place feels like the end, when your deepest shadow, it is your friend. The dark cold hole that could be your grave becomes a womb where you're reborn and saved. Oh, we're so brave to get up every day and do the work that must be done. Herculean task that's only up to you. We all have our pieces that we have to do, like feed the children and clean up the place, lay the boundaries, be filled with grace, plant the garden. I'm gonna do that again because I forgot the words, and I think these words are important. So hang in here with me. I'm going to do those words. I'm going to do that whole verse again because there's some words there I missed. Oh, we're so brave to get up every day and do the work that must be done. Herculean task that's only up to you. We all have our pieces that we have to do, like feed the children and clean up the place, plant the garden, be filled with grace, lay the boundaries that must be laid, love all you can, give the rest away. Oh, we're so brave, this brave new world, creative hearts. Hey, hey, we're so brave, we're so bright, we're so precious in the light. Oh, we're so brave to get up every day, face a world full of fear and pain. I admire the hearts that beat on through the darkest night that the soul goes to. Thank you. I'm not used to singing at 11 o'clock in the morning. But no, this is good. This is good. Singing anytime is good, right? This is so I just have one more song. This was kind of, when I wrote it, it felt like kind of like a Girl Scout sing-along song, you know? Like it just wanted to have this one part, which you'll hear, that comes around again and again. So if we were sitting by the campfire right now, this would be something that you would sing that one part, and you'll hear it because it's the one that repeats. And I got to before my granddaughters got too big. They're 16 and 17 now, which just blows my mind. But when they still had their little girl voices, I had them sing that part, and I have a little studio here, and it's just so precious to listen back to their voices and capture these moments. But this song is called "When the Moon is Full," and I know we're just coming out of a new moon, but I think it's about 10 days roughly, something like that we'll have another full moon. So just carry this song with you into the next full moon. And I co-wrote it with a gentleman. And I've got too many names on the brain. With Joe Kirkwood. So he's a poet, and I met him in New Mexico, and he kept sending me his poetry. For years he would just send me his poetry. And he's also a songwriter, but he writes more poetry. And all of a sudden, just the words that to this poem jumped out at me. Sometimes that happens, I'll read a poem and I'm like hearing the music as I'm reading it. And that's what happened with this poem. So I added a little bit and changed a little bit, and and wrote the music to it. But this is something co-written with Joe Kirkwood. When the moon is full, we'll go up the mountain. When the moon is full, we'll follow the pathway to the stars. An old world will end, a new life will begin. When the moon is full, when the moon is full, rising to the winter. When the moon is full, bringing the blessing of the spring. An old world will end, new life will begin. When the moon is full, and when the moon is full, we'll form the sacred circle. When the moon is full, we'll kindle the sacred fire. An old world will end, new life will begin. When the moon is full, and when the night light rises to guide you home, that's when we'll know it's time to let it go. And when the moon is full over all creation, when the moon is full, we'll pray for the 7 generations. An old world will end, new life will begin, always begin. When the moon is full. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
We can't let you go without an encore.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
They'll hurt. They
prepare
hurt.
one.
I mean, please, they'll hurt me.
Let me think. Okay, I haven't done this one in a while, but it's also a sing-along that I know you'll recognize. And it just has a sweetness that I think. God, I hope I remember it. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again. Oh, come let me love you Let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter. Let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you. Let me always be with you. Oh, fill up my senses. Come fill me again. Ooh. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again.
Hey, Baba, that was beautiful.
Oh, Jay Baba, thank you. Thank you, Ruth, for hosting this. And
We're just so grateful.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, people go ahead
Thank
and you
you.
can unmute yourselves if you'd like. And we just wanted to thank you for spending time with us today and hope you'll come back another time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're here in Nashville then, Ruth?
No,
Oh,
I'm in North Carolina. I am in near Chapel Hill.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're kind of halfway between the coast and the mountains.
Yes, exactly. It's just kind of right in the middle, perfect place.
Nice. And let's see, let me get my glasses on so I can see better. Oh my gosh.
Rosie. Good morning, Rosie.
Shalaja, am I saying that right?
Shailaja.
Yeah, yeah.
Shila-
Beautiful
Shila-
singing, Cynthia.
in India.
Yeah.
Are you?
No,
No,
Connecticut. We live in Connecticut.
Connecticut. My father was from
Yeah.
Connecticut. My father's family's from
Wow.
Connecticut. I
Wow.
loved watching you. You were
Yeah.
you
I
were
just loved
wonderful
it.
to sing
Oh my
too.
God. So beautiful.
Thank you
So
so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you
And
so
Betty,
much. Thank you so
oh,
much.
my pleasure. Betty, where are you from?
I'm in Oregon.
Oh my gosh, coast to coast. We got it happening
Yeah.
coast to coast here.
Worldwide. Yeah.
Wow. Oh gosh, I hope you haven't been affected by the fires.
Oh, we were. We'd had to evacuate, but yeah, we
Oh,
had great. The family was all behind us. Boy, this RT family's wonderful.
yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Our house was okay though.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I wanted to ask you. You're from the Southwest, is that right? You're familiar?
No, I lived in Tucson, Arizona for 9 years
Oh.
and toured the Southwest during that time, and lived in California for a few years, just a few years before that, then Arizona before I moved to Asheville. But I'm from Miami, Florida.
Oh wow.
I spent the first 30 years of my life in Miami, Florida. That's where my dad owned the zoo, and that's really where I grew up. And when I turned 30, I had that, maybe it's a midlife crisis, maybe it was my, what do they call it, the Saturn return or whatever. But I left, and I left my life as I knew it, and I went out to California. Um, and then, so coming back here to these mountains really was like coming home for me, because when we lived in Miami, we always came up here for the summers to get out of the heat. And so I've always felt the mountains calling me. My whole life, the mountains have called me. And always said, someday I'm going to live in the mountains. And when I was in Arizona, I thought it would be northern Arizona, southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, somewhere like that. But the call was to come here. So I've been back here now in the East I'm 65, so it's been about 21 years, 22 years I've been back in the mountains. And how coincidental that this would be where we have a very strong Meher Baba community.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Have you done anything with the woman's song, Debbie Nardine's women's song group?
I
Or-
haven't. The woman who started that, I can see her face. Oh gosh, forgive me for.
Debbie, isn't it? Debbie Nardine? Didn't she do it? Debbie? No? Or
Well, I think there was another woman. Well, I don't know. There were a couple women singing groups, and I was involved very briefly with one of them when I first got here, like 20 years ago. And but I had to drive because I was living 2 hours away, so it was too hard. And but I've kind of tuned in, to what they've done. But yeah, I haven't been a part of it.
Are you thinking of Winnie Barrett?
Steve Barrett?
Gosh,
That's all right.
she does. I thought it was called Woman's Song. She does a lot of work through the Unitarian Church. She does women's
That
concerts
sounds right.
at the Unitarian Church, and she does goddess music. And I don't know why her name, Linda, because she has a different name that she uses, like a medicine name, a spiritual name. And but her name is Linda, and I'm forgetting the rest of her name, unfortunately. But she's done great work, and I led a women's singing circle for a little while when I was still a few hours outside of Asheville, and she would come and facilitate sometimes. Linda, oh, that's going to make me crazy, but anyway, too many names on the brain. I'm sorry.
Well, just one more is Rosalie. Our Rosalie, she's in Rosalie. She can speak for herself, but I think she really enjoyed you today too.
I do.
Hi, Rosalie.
Very
Thank you
much. Hi.
for
Yeah.
joining us today. Where are you?
Well, I'm very close to Myrtle Beach. It's called Little River. I say I'm up the river.
I hope you're not up the river without a paddle. I know you got a paddle.
I'm being paddled.
You're being paddled.
Yeah.
That's a really good way. I'm right. I feel you. In a good way. Being paddled in a good way. And I know we're at the top of the hour, and I don't want to keep you, but thank you, Ruth, so much.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll see you again. And
Yes.
we have RT every day, twice a day, prayers, and then people offer songs. If you'd like to drop by and bring a tune, we would love to have it.
Oh, yeah.
I will
Music.
tune into that. I've been meaning to. I've had it on my calendar, and it just hasn't. My schedule's been weird because my husband and I only have one car, and I end up having to go pick him up at like 9 o'clock at night. So then I think it's 9:30 in the evening and 9:30 in the morning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's in my awareness. So thank you for reminding me.
Good. Well, maybe we'll see you then.
Okay.
I hope so.
All right.
Thank you,
All
Cynthia.
right. Be beautiful. Thank you.
They call you Thea? What is
Yes. Thea. Mm-hmm.
your... Okay.
Yeah, and tune in. I mean, check out my website. That's a way that we can connect also outside the circle of friends, or in addition to the circle of friends.
Yeah. Wonderful.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Nice to hear your beautiful music.
Thank you for letting me share. Thank you so much.
Okay, Baba. Yeah.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai.
Ah.